Millennials and Gen Zers are closing investment accounts. Guys, in the last 12 months, almost 1 in 5 consumers has closed an investment account. And that's because of certain things that are happening in the economy today. And so a lot of people, especially newer investors, are becoming scared of what's going on and they're uncertain of what's going to happen to their investments. If you think about traditionally what people are taught, they're taught to invest into a retirement account, a 401k, an IRA, all these different accounts that can help prepare them for retirement. This is not to say that those accounts don't work or that they don't actually prepare people for retirement. I've always stayed away from them personally because I think that there are better ways to make money. Now, if you look at how these accounts tend to perform, they usually are just barely outpacing whatever the market is growing on its own, right? So if the market is growing by 8% a year, the S&P, if it's going up by 8% a year, you might see 9 or 10 or maybe 15% from these retirement accounts. So just kind of depending on how exactly they're positioned in the market, that's going to dictate what returns they're seeing. But of course, these accounts can always see losses as well. Now, if you're newer to investing and maybe you don't have a ton of experience, you've probably not experienced a negative time or a negative experience in your investment career. And I think that those negative experiences and all those losses and all those different things that can happen on the negative side, they really shape us and help us be better investors. I remember all the big losses that I had as an investor, and they all made me a better investor and a better trader because I understood what was happening there and I understood why I took the loss. In my opinion, whenever you're investing, you can't really lose. There's no such a thing as losing an investment. I believe that there are only wins. When you're investing, you can have two different wins. You can have a monetary win, so you won financially or you made money on that investment, right? That's option number one. Obviously, we shoot for that one. That's kind of the ideal option here. But the second option is still a win as well. The second option allows you to win, but on the knowledge side of things. So you didn't lose anything. You may have lost money in that scenario, but even if you lose that investment, you're still gonna learn something. So you either win knowledge or you win money. Of course, again, we're trying to win money with our investments, but at the same time, that knowledge that you gain, that knowledge has the ability to pay you for the rest of your life. In my opinion, maybe it's actually better to have some losses under our belt because that knowledge then allows us to be more profitable and our wins maybe get bigger and more consistent, and we're well grounded as investors with our psychology in the right place, and we're able to make more money because we had a couple losses. And I believe that that's exactly what my losses did for me. They allowed me to become a better investor, and I believe I'm significantly more profitable because I was able to experience those losses, and no matter how painful they were, they made me a better investor and a better trader. There are also ways that we can limit our exposure to the market, and that's called risk management. We want to make sure that we're managing our risk in such a way where even if we do see a loss, our entire account isn't gone. We never want to lose our entire account because that's our whole seed capital that we can use to make more money. If we lose that initial capital that we have to invest, well, then we don't really have anything invested in the market, and then we don't have a way to make money. Very, very important, guys. Make sure that you're not using that investment capital that you're planning to invest and not losing it, especially. You don't want to risk capital that's supposed to be deployed to bring you cash flow. That's a big no-no in investing. If you go and look at different investors like Warren Buffett and stuff like that, he talks about never losing money as an investor. So that's his number one rule, is you never lose money. The reason that you never lose money is because if you start eating into your profits, eventually you're gonna get to that initial principal or that investment amount that you have. And if you keep losing and losing and losing, you're gonna start eating into that as well. And if you're eating into your principal, your initial capital that you have to invest into different opportunities, well, that's gonna affect your cash flow. You're not gonna be able to cash flow a lot from your investments because you just used up all your capital, right? So very, very important to protect that and make sure that it's staying safe. Now, one other thing that I want to say about the stock market crash and why people are pulling out, a lot of people pull out because of psychology. So they have this psychological notion that, hey, I need to cut my losses, I need to get out now, when in reality, they're already down a very significant amount. Those thoughts should have been happening when the market was at the top, because if they limit their losses from that point, they would still exit the market in profit. But if now they're losing money and they're closing their account because their account is at a loss, well, that doesn't help anybody. And in reality, if they just kept it there, maybe for a year or 2 or 5, or maybe it's 10 years, but eventually it's very likely that they would actually go back into profit. Not everybody has the patience for that, I understand, but it's an important fact to realize that the market has always gone up, always, always, always. And it's always interesting because you have some people who are like, oh yeah, I was in a recession, or like 1 recession or 2 recessions or 3 recessions. And these people, they often don't really have too much money. But when you see an account that's been through like 10 recessions or 20 recessions, those are the really, really big accounts. That's how you build generational wealth for your family, because you're able to weather the storm even when you have these different recessions and different downturns in the market, which they're only temporary. We see these economic downturns, we see the market go down, people are potentially losing money, and then eventually the market comes right back up, as long as they didn't sell at the bottom, right? Which is what a lot of people are doing right now. But if they didn't sell at the bottom, they'd be able to maintain their gains and actually continue growing them further and further and further. And so that's how you build a real generational wealth in the stock market. But again, it's only like a maybe 8, 10, maybe 15, 20% return annually. So for a lot of people, they want to be a little bit more aggressive with it. I believe that some of those people that did close their investment accounts and did pull out, it wasn't entirely because of FOMO. I believe some people did it for the right reasons, and they used that money to invest into alternative assets. I know personally people in my program that have sold stocks to join the program and to use it to fund their investments. And they're absolutely crushing it because they're able to take this money that was making them 8 to 10% a year, and now it's like, hey, we make 8 to 10% a month. And those are real numbers, by the way. That's not even exaggerating. That's actually very conservative. Alrighty guys, so to wrap it up here just a little bit, if you have an investment account, I highly recommend, instead of closing it, maybe keep it open and just reassess your portfolio. So that's something that we call rebalancing your portfolio. If you take a look at your portfolio, you're going to see different sectors. Maybe you're invested in real estate and you have some crypto and you have some exotic cars and you have luxury watches and you have all these different things that you're invested into. Why not just do a targeted sale? Why don't we just take certain parts of your portfolio? For example, if real estate is just too slow for you and you're like, you know what, 5 to 6% a year, it's just a little slow, I don't know, I think I can make that in a month. Well, maybe it's a good opportunity for you to sell that specific sector of your portfolio and then use that money to reinvest into something else. And just continue scaling and growing that while still maintaining satisfaction as an investor, because you were able to rebalance your portfolio and make it more efficient. So you no longer have that investment that's only doing 5 or 6% a year, which is actually very typical for real estate. So we want to make sure that we're always maximizing the amount of money that we're making as investors, because at the end of the day, we rely on that cash flow to pay for our daily expenses. We rely on cash flow for that. We never use active income for that. If you have a retirement account or an investment account, it's probably not a good idea to close it. All the signs are pointing to opening an account and keeping it open for as long as possible, because that seems to correlate pretty highly with people who made a lot of money in the stock market. So if you want to be one of those people that made a lot of money in the stock market, maybe closing your stock account is not the best idea. So definitely do the math, look at the facts, and see what's actually happening before making your decision. All right, guys, I'll see you all in the next video.